action figure enthusiasts out there? JC here with another TNINews video. Now today's going to be pretty quick. I actually am just doing some quick catch up. Last week I took most of the week off, so I didn't do any news videos. My nieces came to town, so I was spending time with them. I did do a video, Jurassic Park blind bag mini dino opening with one of my nieces who's a huge YouTube fan. If you've not checked that video out, I'll put a link in the video description. Just give her a shout out or a like. Again, she's a huge YouTube fan, so I really appreciate it. Also, as of this filming today, the Hasbro Comic-Con exclusives have gone on sale on the Hasbro Toy Shop. Now, some of the stuff is actually already sold out as of this shooting, specifically the Magic card sets and the Hasbro Marvel Legend Red Skull set has currently sold out. The Star Wars Vintage Collection 3-pack with Dr. Aphra is sold out, and then the Transformers Power of the Prime set has sold out. Everything else, though, at least as of this filming, is currently available. Now, I'll put a code in the video description below that if you end up spending more than $50, you can get $10 off. It's a promo code that Hasbro's running, so I will put that in the video description as well as a link to the exclusives. So if you haven't checked them out and you still want to pick some up, like the Netflix Marvel Legends set or the Star Wars Black Series set or what have you, again, at least as of this filming, those are currently still available. Now, other tidbits of information I just wanted to touch upon. So last week, the Walgreens exclusive Marvel Legends Silver Surfer figure went up for sale on the Walgreens website. Now, it is currently listed as sold out. It sold out last week, but it is still listed on the website, and Walgreens usually will relist those, so I would expect them to get some more available online. The figure has also started to show up at physical stores, so if you haven't picked that figure up yet and you either want to check the website or start checking your physical stores, you probably will have a decent chance of finding them. Again, it is currently sold out on the Walgreens website, but it is listed there, and I would just keep, if you want to buy it online, I would just keep checking periodically because they will likely relist it again. I don't have specific release dates on like the Thing figure. I suspect Thing will probably end up being available late next month, September, maybe October. I believe Thing will be the last Marvel exclusive that they release for this year. Starting next year, it looks like they're going to be doing X-Men exclusives. So we already knew about the Magic figure, which is a reissue of the Comic-Con exclusive version that was announced at San Diego Comic-Con. And then they teased a Mystique figure. We didn't really know how it was going to be released, but we have since gotten information that indicates that it will be a Walgreens exclusive. Now, I don't know what that means for the Fantastic Four exclusives going forward. I don't know if Walgreens is going to quit doing Fantastic Four exclusives. There's been the rumored Super Skrull figure that showed up in the Walgreens computers some time ago, which never materialized. Hasbro's yet to make any announcement on that, but whether it was something they were going to do and then canceled or what have you, I don't know. I don't have any information on that. I'm still hopeful that we'll end up getting a new modern Doctor Doom figure. It is always possible, especially with, looking like the Disney deal with Fox is going through, that Hasbro may decide to start releasing Fantastic Four figures in their own just regular release wave, maybe next year or something, I don't know. But as it is, it definitely looks like Walgreens is at least going to be doing X-Men exclusives next year. And, it's possible they could do both X-Men and Fantastic Four exclusives at the same time. I kind of doubt it, but it is certainly a possibility. But as it is, it looks like Magic and Mystique are going to be released as next year Walgreens exclusives for the Marvel Legend line. And then again, Thing figure, I don't have a specific release date, but I would expect to probably start seeing it here at Walgreens stores next month or early October. Now, other bits of information which I'm not really going to focus on in today's video, but I will put links in the video description too if you want to get more information about it on the websites. So on the Marvel front, Mezco last week, they released official images for their Netflix Daredevil figure. We had seen this at the conventions and everything, but it is now currently available for pre-order. And again, they've released official images. Also, Hot Toys today released official images for their upcoming Black Panther 12-inch Shuri figure, as well as the throne. We saw both of these at San Diego Comic-Con, but now they've released official images and they are going up for pre-order. So again, I'll put links to all those stories from Marvelous News down in the video description, and if you want to check out the images and information, I highly recommend you click on those links. Funko released official images today for new Aquaman movie pop vinyl figures, and they've got, of course, several that are going to be store exclusives, a couple that are going to be exclusive to Walgreens. So Walgreens is going to be getting an exclusive version of Black Manta, as well as an exclusive version of Arthur Curry, also known as Aquaman. GameStop will be getting an exclusive mirror version, and then Target will be getting an exclusive, a second exclusive Black Manta figure. So there'll be a regular Black Manta, and then there'll be the exclusive version, and then finally the exclusive version to Target stores. And those are due out in October. Switching gears a little bit to entertainment news, the CW released an official image of Flash's new suit for the upcoming season. So he is getting a new look. This one is less leather looking and more spandex looking. Based on this official image, it looks pretty good. I've seen some non-official images where the suit really didn't look that great. I've seen a lot of mixed opinions on this suit, but definitely I'd love to hear what you think in the comments section below. Do you even watch the CW Flash series anymore? I know a lot of people weren't too happy with last season, so is it something you plan on checking out, and what do you think of the new outfit? On Star Trek news, and I know probably there's not a lot of Star Trek followers out there watching this video, but I'm a huge Star Trek fan, so I just wanted to share this. I'm not a huge fan of the Discovery series, mainly because I don't like how they handle the canon. Seems like they kind of just throw established canon totally out the window with the series. It has nothing to do with the characters or anything like that. I just don't like how they seem to totally ignore the canon with that particular series. But on different front, it looks like Jean-Luc Picard is going to be returning to the small screen with Patrick Stewart taking the helm and reprising his role as Captain Picard. Apparently this series is going to be taking place essentially 20 years after the last Star Trek The Next Generation movie. So I'm definitely glad to hear that they're going to be moving forward. I was really disappointed when I heard Discovery was going to be taking place, right before the original series. But with this new series, I don't know if Picard is still going to be a captain or even still in Starfleet, but basically it's going to be picking up with his life 20 years after the events of Star Trek Nemesis. So looking forward to that. On the Star Trek movie news, looks like Chris Pine might be out as Captain Kirk. Apparently negotiations have fallen through with his contract, as well as Chris Hemsworth, who played Kirk's father in the first J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie. He was supposed to be coming back in some type of time travel adventure for the next movie, but negotiations with him have also fallen through. Basically, both are due to money. They want more money than what Paramount is basically willing to pay. So I really don't think they need to be doing a time travel movie at this junction for the Chris Pine, J.J. Abrams universe, Star Trek universe, being this is already kind of a split, from the Prime universe. So I think that gets a little confusing. I don't think we really need to see James Kirk's father return, to be absolutely honest with you. So I really hope they get Chris Pine back. I think if they can't bring Pine back, it would be a mistake to try and just recast Captain Kirk again. I think that would definitely be a mistake. But, where it stands with the next movie, I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of the last two movies. I did like the first movie with Chris Pine and the new crew, but after that, Into Darkness and the last one, I thought both were pretty weak. So, if this movie never happened, I guess I wouldn't lose a whole lot of sleep over it. Big Bad Toy Store announced last week that they're doing an exclusive version of the new Storm Collectibles Goro figure from the Mortal Kombat line, the 112 Mortal Kombat line that Storm Collectibles does. So it's essentially the Goro figure, which we first saw back during a Toy Fair back in February, but it's going to have the blood splatter and everything on him. So that's an exclusive to Big Bad Toy Store, and that figure is currently up for pre-order. Okay, so the final thing I wanted to do today in today's video is I got this package the other day from the folks from DC Collectibles. Now, I pretty much know what's in this box. I believe it should be the second wave of new DC Essential figures. So I thought it'd be kind of cool just to open it up here, to show you guys here on camera. Now I'll open up this box and I'll show you what's inside, but I'm not gonna actually take the figures out of the packaging. I do plan on doing reviews for the figures in the second wave, probably starting later this week. Now just to recap, this second wave should include figures of Superman, Brainiac, Aquaman, and Black Manta. The first wave, this wave will be out in a couple weeks, but the first wave of DC Essential figures is currently out at comic and specialty shops. And I'd really love to hear your guys' thoughts for those of you who picked up any of the figures from the first wave, what you thought of them. Did you like the articulation? Did you think they were an improvement over, say, Icons? Again, I'd really love to hear the thoughts of those of you who actually have the new figures, the DC Essential figures, the first wave in hand, to know what you think of them. But we're going to open up this box, and again, I believe this should be the second wave of DC Essential figures. So, kind of excited to get my hands on these. I like the first wave. I know, I've seen the complaints about people not liking them because they're a larger scale than, say, Marvel Legends or Icons. But again, they are more in scale with the older DC collectible figures, which I have a lot of. I don't know how many, if you're a DC fan, I got to figure that you probably have a number of figures in that larger scale. Also, NECA figures, their DC figures are pretty much in that larger scale. So, the scale really doesn't bother me. But here we have the first figure. We've got Brainiac here. Now, this is probably my least favorite in the wave. Mainly just because I'm not a huge Brainiac fan, but this is essentially, we get a hero and a villain basically. They kind of pair them off, so this is the villain for essentially Superman. And, I think the figure looks good, just not personally a huge fan of Brainiac, especially this incarnation of him. Now, one thing, you may have caught during San Diego Comic-Con where they had that big Brainiac head ship on display. Unfortunately, that wasn't something that they were planning on releasing. That was just a display piece in their booth. But I did talk to them briefly about it, and they said, maybe if they saw enough demand for people wanting something like that, that they might consider making something like that. It would be a pretty cool deluxe set or, something along those lines, I think. So, I don't know. I think it would be cool if they started doing stuff like that for these action figures. But Brainiac here does not look like he has any accessories, which, I can't really think of anything that would come with Brainiac. Comes in, he's got the green box, and he's got the artwork on the side. On the back with these, you just have the bio. Trying not to get too much reflection, but you can see the bio here, and then it shows you the other figures that are in the first wave, and then it also tells us that the figures were sculpted by Paul Harding. So that's the first figure. So the second one here is Black Manta. So this is the villain to correspond with the Aquaman figure. So Black Manta, he's going to be in the upcoming movie and everything. So Black Manta is definitely, we're seeing a lot of different figures for Black Manta. Now, giving Mattel props on their San Diego Comic-Con exclusive set, what they did with the eyes on that one, I think was really cool. But this looks like a nice figure. He's got the glossy black, and then he's got the helmet with the red eyes, the classic red eyes and everything. So that all looks pretty good. Does not look like he has any accessories either, other than the helmet. I don't know if he's got the backpack, it looks like. I don't know if that's removable or what have you. So we'll have to get this open and see. But he's got the black box, the artwork on the side, and then he's got his bio on the back as well. And that means that the two remaining figures are going to be the hero figures. So here we got Superman. This is probably the one that people are going to want the most from the second wave. The first wave had Batman, and now we're getting Superman. So this is Superman in his most modern outfit that you see in the comics. He does have the red trunks. They brought the red trunks back, but it's still has that 52 look with the little lines around his wrists and such. So it's kind of a combination of the red trunks with the new 52 type costume. So this, again, is his most modern look. The figure, his head is kind of pointing upward in the packaging there, so hopefully that is a good indication that you can get the head back for flight poses. That is something I definitely think would be a good thing if you can get it, you know, back for various flight poses for Superman, something that we often see missing from Superman figures. So hopeful with that. He's got the cape and everything. So it looks pretty good overall. I picked up, you know, you may have heard if you read the comics, you know, Brian Michael Bendis took over writing Superman comics, moved over from Marvel Comics to DC, and so it was a big deal and everything, and he kind of took over the Superman comics. I read the first issue. That was okay. I didn't think it was great, but I hadn't really picked up a Superman comic in a long time, so I thought I would check it out. But, you know, I'd love to hear your thoughts if you're reading the new Superman comics. What do you think? Also, you know, do you like this look with the red trunks? I know a lot of people like the red trunks. To me, it never was that big a deal. Always kind of thought, I mean, I know it's a classic look for him and everything, but it didn't bother me when they got rid of the red trunks. But, you know, what do you think? Do you like it with or without red trunks? Okay, and then the final figure is going to be Aquaman. So Aquaman obviously getting his own movie. Again, like with Black Manta, you know, we're seeing a lot of different Aquaman figures. So this is obviously comic book based. He's got the orange, the classic look with the orange shirt with the chainmail, which looks like is sculpted on there. And he's got the green pants and everything. He does have a trident, so this is the one figure in this wave that does have an accessory. None of these figures are loaded with accessories, but, you know, we do seem to be getting the basics, like the trident with Aquaman here. Batman had a batarang. So, you know, we are getting the basics as far as accessories go, which is good. But overall, this looks pretty good. Again, got the chainmail, which is sculpted on here, and got that kind of metallic orange and everything. So again, I will be reviewing these figures starting later this week, so please check that out. And then also, like I said before, if you have the figures from the first wave, let me know in the comment section below what you think of them. You know, were you impressed with them? Did you like the articulation? Do you think the articulation is improved over the icons? I thought the articulation was maybe a little bit better. My only complaint in my review of the first waves was my Batman figure had the joints were a little bit loose with the legs, if I remember correctly. But otherwise, I thought it was a pretty solid figure, and definitely looking forward to getting these open and actually getting an in-hand look and review of these guys up. So again, be sure to check back for that starting later this week. Okay, so that's it for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything that we talked about today. Let me know in the comments section below. Also, if you're so inclined, as always, please like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Just hit that button and also hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And of course, you can also follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I have links to all of those in the video description as well. And until next time, guys, I will catch you later.